everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen Woodhouse, and in this video we're going to show you how we built this beautiful custom privacy fence. If you watched our last video, we showed you how we use Simpson Strong-Tie's brand new fence planner software to help us design, plan, and build this fence. The program is free to use and easy to navigate. You don't need any experience working with a CAD or a design program, and there are several ready-made fence templates to choose from so you can customize your fence to your liking. We're able to design and plan our fence project in just a few minutes, and then the fence planner generates this awesome report that includes the full plans, materials, and cut lists, so we could take our report, order all the materials, and get started right away. I'll link that video here so you can get a deeper look into the fence planner program. All right, first things first. We called 811 before we started digging the holes for our fence posts. The utility companies will come out and survey your land and mark where any utility lines or cables are running underground so we can be sure to avoid them as we're digging. Additionally, in our county, a privacy fence that's 6 feet tall and under doesn't require a permit. Once we were given the green light by the city and the utility companies, we measured the yard and used spray paint to mark where each fence post would go. We chose to space the posts 6 feet apart and 8 inches from the property line. After we found the property line, we marked it with the string. This also helps give us a visual on the trajectory of the fence line. Now, you'll want to check with your local zoning ordinances as to any restrictions they might have, but our rural city is pretty easygoing with these things. There isn't a ton of red tape to get through, which I think is one of the perks of living in a small town. Using an auger and some post hole diggers, we dug the holes about 10 to 12 inches wide and 18 inches deep, which is below the frost line in our area. You want to get below the frost line to prevent frost heave from pushing the fence posts up in the future. Then we dropped the 4x4 posts in, making sure the posts were level, plumb, and square. Then we used scrap 2x4s and stakes to brace the posts in place. Next, we poured a 60-pound bag of concrete mix into each hole and added water and mixed it up until the consistency was like peanut butter. Then we let the concrete cure for 24 hours. We ran a string along the top of the fence line so that we'd have a guideline for the fence pickets later. We used these Simpson Strong-Tie fence brackets, which made it super easy to install the rails. You just screw these onto the posts and drop the 2x4s in place. We started by measuring 6 feet from the ground and then strung a line along the fence. And then we measured 6 inches down from that string, and that's where the top fence bracket will go. Then we measured 27 inches down from there for the middle and bottom rails. And then we just screwed the brackets onto the posts, then dropped the 2x4 rails in place and secured them with more screws. Now, we did have to cut down most of the rails to fit in between the fence posts, but that was just a matter of measuring the distance and then cutting the rails to length. Super simple. I'll be sure to include links to all the tools and materials in the description box so you can check them out. Once the rails were in place, it's time to attach the fence pickets, which is incredibly tedious and repetitive, but it's very easy and should go pretty fast. We used a cordless battery-powered nail gun and nailed each fence picket to the rails, making sure to line the top of the picket with the guideline. Now, this nail gun was pretty awesome. We didn't have to haul around a heavy air compressor, which made this work much easier and more efficient. After attaching every 4th or 5th picket, we'd throw a level on the fence just to make sure we were staying plumb. Pre-built fence panels are available at the big box home stores, but we decided to use individual fence pickets because we weren't really sure everything was going to line up perfectly in real life, so we preferred to have more control and flexibility over our project. The ground was fairly level for the most part, but if you have ground that goes up and down, pre-built fence panels won't really allow you to contour the fence line with the ground. Ideally, you want the fence line to follow the terrain for a more custom look. We didn't add a gate to this fence, but I do have a tutorial on how to build and install a DIY gate on my website, jenwoodhouse.com, so I'll link that below along with our favorite gate hardware. This DIY fence project cost us about $5,000 and took a couple weekends to build. Had we hired a contractor, our cost would have been closer to $15,000. Now keep in mind, costs will vary by location, availability, which species of wood you use, the size of your fence, etc. So our costs will likely be different from yours. So it's always wise to price out your project before you start. And with Strong Tie's Fence Planner, this will be super easy since it gives you a full list of materials in the report. Once the fence was built, it's time to cut the tops off the posts so that it's even. We did this with a circular saw, and then we just popped these solar-powered lights on top to finish it off. Finally, we screwed on some decorative hooks to hang the plants from, just to dress it up. Beautiful. With pressure-treated wood, you should typically wait several months before painting or staining to allow the wood to properly dry out so that it will take the stain or paint. But because we were working on a tight timeline with sponsor deadlines and such, we had to go ahead and stain the fence so we can get that beautiful hero shot. We used a solid color waterproofing exterior wood stain and sealer in the color slate for the fence and then applied it with an airless paint sprayer. We didn't have to dilute or mix the stain or anything, we just poured it straight into the sprayer and went to town. The stain has a waterproofing formula that will protect the wood against harsh weather conditions and UV damage, as well as help it resist mildew growth. And don't be reckless like me. Be sure to wear a respirator to protect your lungs while spraying the stain. As we understand it, we do relinquish the rights to the other side of the fence, so it's up to the neighbors as to whether they want to paint or stain the fence or just leave it natural. Since they're the ones who are primarily going to be looking at that side, it makes sense for them to make that decision. So we did not stain the other side of the fence. Now it may be different for your area, so just check with your HOA or city ordinance on that. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Or if you're looking for more outdoor projects, check out our outdoor fireplace video and visit jenwoodhouse.com for more DIY project ideas and tutorials. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. The program is free. Yeah, that felt really weird. So you can customize your front. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Can we move I'm ready. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen Woodhouse, and in this video, we're going to show you how we built this beautiful custom privacy fence.